What's going on, fellas? By the time this drops, it'll be the first day of our 90-day money run. Prior to this week, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I've been having trouble getting up in the morning, right? I've been having trouble getting up at 4:45 a.m. I might get up at 5:30, I might get up at 6, you know, when the alarm go off, I might hit the snooze, wake up at 6:30. I just been having trouble. A couple videos ago, I talked about the struggle that I was having with getting in bed on time. You know, with my schedule, I was trying to get into bed by 10 p.m. I thought that was pretty reasonable. You know, that's been my goal. But if I'm being honest, I've been struggling with that, right? I've been struggling with that. Even this week, right? We're only on Tuesday. Yesterday, I went to bed at 12 a.m. and then the night before that, on Monday, I went to bed at 2 a.m. and then the night before that, I think I went to bed at like 1 a.m. or something like that. And you guys can only imagine how tough it is for me to wake up the next day. Like trying to wake up the next day at 4:45 a.m. That's not a lot of sleep at all. And the thing is, fellas, we're so like wanting everything to be perfect, right? We create schedules and we hope and plan on every day going the exact same way at the exact same time every day. But that's where most people get it messed up, because a lot of people are focused on everything being so perfect in order for them to perform. They want perfect energy, they want the perfect timing, they want the perfect circumstances, but life doesn't always give you perfect. And if the only time you're gonna perform, or the only time you're gonna hold yourself as a hem-tier man is when things are perfect, you're gonna crumble. Fellas, I've talked about knowing your strengths and your weaknesses. One scary trait about me is it's scary for me to do any work, to start any project before bed, because I won't fall asleep until I complete the task that I started. It doesn't matter how long it takes me. If I start something and I know it needs to get done, my mind won't relax until it's finished. Like last night, I probably got like 4 hours of sleep because, you know, I was up reading a book and I couldn't go to sleep until I finished reading the chapter. But of course, you know, when I woke up at 4:45 this morning, I didn't feel great at all, right? I'm not gonna sit here and cap like I woke up feeling amazing, because I didn't. I felt tired and my body definitely wanted to stay in the bed. But after I got up, you know, I followed my system, right? I did my morning routine. I brushed my teeth, threw some water on my face, drank some nice cold water, sat down, and I jumped right into my deep work. I got into a good flow, finished editing. And after I'd done all that, after I finished my routine, I felt accomplished. And that's the thing, fellas, that's what a lot of people miss. You don't need to feel good before the work. Right? A lot of you wait until you feel good or until you're in the perfect mood to start your work. The one thing I'll say is I may not always feel good before I start my work, but I'll always feel great after I do my work. A lot of people are waiting to feel energized, or waiting to feel motivated, or they're waiting to feel confident in order for them to make a move. But you gotta understand, fellas, confidence comes with action. But the thing is, I understand y'all because I've been there, fellas, right? I used to listen to these gurus and these creators and these influencers talking about sleep and recovery, morning routines, optimization, night routines, and all this other stuff. And I started to think in my head, you know, because they always say you need 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of sleep. I used to honestly think like, if I don't get 8 hours of sleep, I'm not gonna be able to function the next day. I'm not gonna be able to work. I'm not gonna be able to do nothing if I don't get 8 hours of sleep. Like, so nights that I got less than 8 hours of sleep, I was already in my head like, I'm not gonna be productive. I'm not gonna be able to put in no work. I'm not gonna be able to train. I'm not gonna be able to perform at my best ability. Even when I didn't get in bed by 10 o'clock, I used to use that as an excuse not to wake up at 4:45 the next day. I used to tell myself like, I didn't get enough sleep, so I might as well just go ahead and sleep in so I can get my 8 hours, thinking that was gonna give me some extra boost or increase my chances of, you know, doing something spectacular. But really, while I was making those excuses, really what I was doing was breaking a contract that I made with myself. Because I've already told myself the night before that I was gonna wake up the next morning at 4:45. Waking up at 4:45 a.m. is a part of my daily standards. So this is a contract that I made with myself. Nobody else made it for me. I wrote this and chose this time myself. But then I started to become discouraged because a lot of times I don't make it to bed by 10 p.m., right? Even though I got less screen time, even though I have my schedule, every day is just not gonna be perfect. So every day I wasn't getting those 8 hours. So does that 4:45 a.m. agreement just go out the window just because I didn't get a perfect 8 hours of sleep? Like why was I changing my standard just because I was tired? Why does the mission stop just because I don't feel like doing it? But fellas, that's where I had to check myself, because fellas, I didn't even know what hard sacrifice was yet. I didn't even know what hard work was yet. But I'm so busy worrying about getting 8 hours of sleep, but I haven't even pushed myself to my full potential, and I'm already trying to optimize everything. And listen, fellas, because I don't want you guys to get it confused. I'm not saying sleep is not important. Sleep is very important. Sleep matters, recovery matters, health matters. Your body and your mind definitely needs rest. I'm not telling you guys to destroy yourself, but this is what I'm saying. A lot of people are hiding behind optimization because they don't want to do the hard thing. They're saying, oh, I'm about to go to sleep because I'm trying to recover. But really they're saying that because they're really avoiding the work. They're saying, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that because I need 8 hours of sleep. But when they're up for the other 16 hours, they're not even using those properly. That's the problem that I'm seeing with a lot of guys. Fellas, no joke, go look at the video that I dropped before this one. Go look at the video that I dropped yesterday. Fellas, I was cooked. I was tired. I told you I barely got sleep. The commute, I had to go to work. Go look towards the end of that video and look at my eyes and how slowly they was rolling and how slowly I was blinking and how my words were coming out a little slower than usual. Last year, fellas, around that time, I would come home and I would feel the same way. But you wanna know what the old Gib would have did? The old Gib would have said, fuck this video. I would have laid down, got under my blankets and went to sleep. No gym, no video, no nothing. But the discipline Gib, right? The new version of me, I understand that I have goals, I have standards, I have things that I've set for myself that are non-negotiables. And as a him-tier man, what do I look like letting my feelings or how I feel stop me from reaching those standards? So yes, fellas, I did acknowledge that I was tired, but I don't care how I feel. Sometimes, fellas, you gotta bite down and you still gotta push through and make it happen. You have to train your body to fight through discomfort, right? And I promise you, when you go look at that video and then you look at this video today, it's gonna be two different separate energies. Fellas, is 8 hours of sleep optimal? Yes, absolutely 100%. But since when did you need to be optimal before you even got results? Since when did you need the perfect routine before you could even build discipline? Some of you are trying to optimize before you even earn the right to optimize, right? Some of you made a little bit of money, accomplished a few small goals, you got a little momentum, right? Feeling good, and now you feel like every part of your life needs to be comfortable. No, fellas, you do not need to optimize everything yet. You need to execute, you need to build discipline. You need to learn how to perform under pressure. You need to learn how to get things done when you're tired, because life isn't always gonna care how much sleep you've got. Your goals and your standards don't care about how late you stayed up. Your future isn't going to feel bad for you because you feel tired. And your competition, that person that's looking to take your spot, your dollar, that's looking to take that house that you want, that's looking to take that car that you want, they're not going to stop working just because you didn't get 8 hours of sleep. So for me, fellas, yes, I try to be as optimized as possible. I want to be in the bed by 10 p.m. Yes, I do. That's still my goal. But I'm not going to sit here and say, just because I didn't get in the bed till 12, I'm going to wake up at 8 and say forget waking up at 4:45 a.m. No, fellas, it doesn't work like that. If I go to sleep at 12 a.m., my alarm is still going off at 4:45 a.m. If I go to sleep at 2 p.m., my alarm is still going to go off at 4:45 a.m. regardless if I feel like waking up or not, because that's the contract that I made with myself. And if I break that contract with myself every time life gets uncomfortable, how would I ever be able to trust myself? That's actually when that discipline kicks in, right? Discipline kicks in when things get a little uncomfortable. It doesn't kick in when you're comfortable. It doesn't kick in when everything feels good. It starts when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you're irritated, but you still go ahead and do what you say that you're going to do. It's too many of y'all trying to take the elevator and trying to skip steps. Stop trying to make everything easy. Worry about pushing yourself. Worry about performing under that stress. Worry about becoming that man that can still show up and perform even when he doesn't feel like it. Because fellas, understand, performing under pressure, performing when you're not necessarily in the mood to, oh, that's a part of the game. If you want to fold and take the game off, if you want to fold and sit out this game, then go ahead, right? If you want to be average, go ahead, do what the average person does and sit out this game, sit out the next game, sit out every game that you don't feel like playing, go ahead and sit it out. But understand, you committed to not being normal when you said, I want to work on myself every day. You committed to not being normal when you said, Gib, I want to become him. You made that commitment. That's why I tell you guys at the end of every video, it's not easy. It might be simple, but it's not easy. So if you want a normal life, cool, go live your normal life. Go be average. Go to that job and have somebody tell you what to do for the next 50 years. Go clock in and clock out. Go ask for permission to take vacations with your family. Go ask permission if you can go eat lunch. When you can take a bathroom break. Go have a body that you're not proud of. Go keep living for the weekends. That's fine. Nothing's wrong with that. But don't say you want to be different and still think like everybody else. Don't say you want extraordinary results while you're needing ordinary comfort, because you can't get crazy results if you're not gonna endure crazy things. And I know some people are gonna say, I go to bed at 2 a.m. and I wake up at 10 a.m. That's 8 hours, I'm good. But that's not how that works either, fellas. Because sleep isn't just about how many hours you get. Your body has a rhythm. It's your body's system. It's called the circadian rhythm. It's your body's 24-hour internal clock. It tells your body when to feel awake, when to feel sleepy, when to feel hungry, when to feel alert. That's why some people can actually sleep 8 or more hours and still wake up feeling bad, because their timing is off. Their habits been off. Their rhythm has been off. So yes, get your sleep right, get your routine right, get your health right. But don't use sleep as an excuse to avoid the work. Because a lot of people aren't tired because they work too hard. They're tired because they're undisciplined. They're tired because they stay up in the bed scrolling on their phone. They're tired because they eat trash before they get into bed. They're tired because they drink alcohol all weekend. They're tired because their life has no structure. They're tired because they have no real mission. And when you don't have no real mission, everything feels heavy. But when you know why you're waking up, it changes. When you know who you're becoming, it changes. That alarm clock hits a little different when you have purpose, fellas. So when people hear me say I wake up at 4:45 in the morning every day to start my deep work, the first thing they ask is, well, what time do you go to sleep? And for that to be the first question they ask, that tells me that they really missed the whole point. Because the point is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I have the perfect sleep schedule. The point is that I have a non-negotiable. The point is I'm training myself to keep my word. The point is I'm building a discipline that doesn't care on how I feel. If you can go to sleep at 8 p.m. and wake up at 4, perfect. That's a perfect day, do that. But every time you go to sleep after 8, or life gets in the way or something comes up and you move your wake up time back, you're still breaking that contract that you made with yourself. And every time you break that contract with yourself, you're losing trust and you're breaking your momentum. And that's the reason why things are still moving slow for you, because you're giving yourself permission to quit when things aren't perfect. We're stepping into July of 2026, and some of you are still worried about how many hours of sleep that you're getting before you even get serious about your goals. How many of those goals have you accomplished that you wrote down on January 1st? How many of those New Year's resolutions have you guys actually accomplished in the last 6 months? Or are you still waiting? You're still negotiating. You're still tired. You're still waiting for the perfect plan. No, fellas. You need to execute. You need to stop playing with your life. Stop giving yourself soft excuses and calling them self-care. Because sometimes self-care is getting sleep. And sometimes self-care is getting your ass up and doing what needs to be done. If I had somebody like myself in my ear when I first started my journey, I would be so much further. But I didn't. I had to learn through the pain, through the mistakes, through the embarrassment, through being broke, through failed relationships. And now the more people that I help, the more purpose and fulfillment that I feel. I get emails and DMs from guys all the time asking how to not be lazy, how to build discipline, how to get in shape, how to fix their schedule, how to save money, how to be more confident, how to get more attractive. But a lot of y'all don't even have the mind to invest in yourself. There's literally a book a call link in my description. You could literally book a call with me, work with me one-on-one for 3 to 6 months and change your life completely. Custom nutrition plan, custom workout program, custom schedule, accountability, structure, discipline, a real plan to change your life. But like I tell you guys every time, this shit is not for everybody, because it's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to feel uncomfortable. It's supposed to challenge you. It's supposed to expose the weak parts of you. But I promise you, the more you do it, the stronger you're gonna become. That tired feeling that you get, it's not gonna control you forever. That laziness that you feel, it's not gonna control you forever. But you had to prove that though, through your actions. So fellas, set a non-negotiable wake up time. Let's start there. We're gonna set a non-negotiable wake up time. It doesn't have to be 4:45 a.m. like me. Whatever works for your schedule, set that non-negotiable wake-up time. And whatever time you set, make sure you commit to it. I don't care how tired you feel. I need y'all to stop focusing on the comfort and worry about the outcome. Y'all focusing on sleep more than y'all focusing on your purpose. You're focused on how hard it feels instead of how bad you really want that shit. Fellas, we talk about the list of love and the list of hate. As soon as you open your eyes, read that shit if you need that little fire, that little kickstart in the morning. I know y'all hate when I get to talking about that dark motivation, but talk about that job that fired you. Talk about that friend that backstabbed you. Talk about that girl who left you. Talk about that family member who did you dirty. That coach that didn't pick you for the team. Think about all that shit in the morning. I bet you'll jump out of bed then. You said you wanted to become different. You said you wanted to become him, so prove it. When that alarm goes off, get your ass up. When you're tired, get up. When you don't feel like it, get up. And fellas, if this message hits you, don't just watch it, click off the video and go back to the old version of yourself. Actually do something with it. Tonight, set your non-negotiable wake-up time, fellas. Today, we start our 90-day money run. Go ahead and set your alarm for whatever time feels comfortable. Don't make it past 8. If it's after 8, you late. Make it 5, 6, 7, whatever you can do based on your schedule, but don't make it after 8. And when that alarm goes off tomorrow, don't negotiate with yourself. And if you're one of those guys who needs some structure, some accountability, and a real plan and a real schedule that forces you to stop playing with your potential, then click the link in the description below and book a call. We'll see if you're a good fit, if you'll work in the trenches for 3 to 6 months. But understand this, fellas, this is not for everybody. Don't book a call if you're not actually willing to change. Don't book a call if you're still looking for shit to be easy. Don't book a call if you're still ready to make excuses. But if you're ready to build discipline, fix your body, fix your schedule, build your confidence, and become the man that you said that you wanted to become, then let's get to work. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe this video. Follow me on all platforms. Fellas, this is bigger than just waking up early. This is about keeping your word. This is about becoming dangerous. This is about becoming him. So stop making excuses, make discipline a standard, and it's time to fucking perform.